But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gul Survives. We are continuing with our Klingon Let's Play of Star Trek Armada 3, and we've now reached episode 10. It's quite exciting. In the last episode, we struck against Task Force 33. Yes, Task Force 33. And they're very much on the back foot. The only place that we are struggling in any way, shape, or form is, I believe, over here. You can see that our battle station... Oh, no, I could be wrong. I think it's over here, actually. Yes, this battle station is taking a little bit of a pasting because of the regular outpost over here. But everything is fine. I think we're going to probably wrap Task Force 33 up in this episode. We've reached episode 10, so now is as good a time as any to have a chat about what we're going to do for the next series, because I think we've only got 3 or 4 episodes of life left in this series, so I want to make sure that you as an audience have the greatest input possible on what I do next. It's going to be another Star Trek Armada 3 series because there's been a lot of demand for that from the audience so far. So we'll put that one to bed immediately and say, yes, it's going to be Star Trek Armada 3. Now, I'm going to give you a few options as to who I'm going to play as next. Will it be the Federation? Will it be the Romulans? Will it be the Cardassians? Will it be the Borg? That's something that you as an audience are going to get to decide. Now, if I've done this right, up there in the top right hand corner of your screen, there should be a little link that you can click, and it will go to a survey, and that's going to allow you to, well, pick your poison. So you can choose which race you think you want me to play next. That's going to tie in with Patreon as well. I'm not sure if you know what Patreon is, folks. I don't talk about it too much on the channel, but I have something called Patreon, which I use in order to allow people to support me financially, if they choose to. This is by no means a requirement, but I've been looking for small ways in order to give something back to the people who try and support me. And I think a good way of doing that is I'm going to put an additional survey up on Patreon, and anybody who is a patron of mine, they're going to be able to get a second vote. So, and this is regardless of how much they choose to support me, even if it's $1 a month. They will gain a second vote, so they can have more of an impact on what the next series is going to be. If you're a Patreon supporter of mine, make sure that you go to my Patreon page, and you will see a news piece from me specifically that only my Patreons can see, and you can cast a second vote on what you would like to see. Right. I think without further ado, now is as good a time as any to go and kill Task Force 33. We know that we've got all of our research done. As you can see, we have finished off Kadesh. I've decided I'm just going to let whatever happens at Weyoun over here, by virtue of the fact that, well, looking at it, I think it's fairly clear that it's going to go soon. It's going to get culture flipped. So I'm not concerned about Weyoun. I'm just going to let that happen by itself. We're not under attack anywhere specifically. Task Force 7 looks like they're doing something interesting, and you can see that Task Force 33, they've got a load of New Orleans classes. I think they're going to try and go to Neo Costera, but given what was in the star last time we looked, I don't know if they're going to get through. And as you can imagine, I like that.
Ready for battle.
Alright, let's take these bad boys out. Ah, we've got a Galore class. You traitorous Cardassian wretches. I love it.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, the Defiant valiantly fighting the Klingon forces. It won't be enough. It definitely wasn't enough.
I am ready.
The Klingon advance is unstoppable. Oh, got a nebula here as well. Let's take that out. Oh my, that did not take long at all.
For the Empire.
Oh, look at the fire going in on them. Oh my.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, incidentally, now might be a nice time to say thank you so much for all of the likes and comments. I think from a episodes that have aired perspective, we're actually up to episode 9 now. So I'm recording this on the day that episode 9 aired, and I've received so many comments and so many likes, considering the viewership. Of course, viewership is naturally dropping off, as it does with any series. You get a load of views on the first episode. Some people come back and watch every episode. Other people have decided after the second or third episode that perhaps it's not for them. So I think we've got something like 350 views on the latest episode that aired just a little while ago. And we're already up to something like 70 or 71 likes, and there's a load of comments on there. I think there are probably about 50 comments altogether, and that's amazing. I really, really do value and appreciate that so much. So thank you so much, guys. It's amazing. It really is remarkable that so many of you are engaging with me, commenting at me. As many of you know who do comment, I read every comment, and I try and respond to as many as I possibly can, particularly if they're a question. So, yes, keep doing what you're doing, guys. You really do inspire me to do the very best that I can in creating new content, and indeed, of course, in making sure that I involve you as much as possible as an audience in the channel. Okay, that looks good. Planet will... Oh, in fact, let's just tell everyone to bomb. Boomba! No more research to be done? No, I don't think there is. Our relations are fairly cordial with the Klingons here. Let's just make sure they stay cordial for the time being. We want that ceasefire to continue. Task Force 7, they want a load of things from me. They're not getting them. Theoretically, I should be number 1 in everything, except for capital ships, interestingly. So somebody has more capital ships than me, and somebody is getting more tritanium and dilithium than me as well. I'm sure we'll resolve that in the near future. One of you was asking about these icons that we have up here at some point. And I think I explained it as a reply, but I'll explain it again. Much of the reason that we have icons where all ships are the same is in order to allow us to ensure that multiplayer is fair. One of the things that we found when it came to multiplayer is that... oops, no, we don't want a capital planet here. Is that many players use the Empire window over here to snipe particularly Romulan vessels out. And that was, from a multiplayer point of view, it's a bit unfair. So that's the reason that we've decided to try and nip that in the bud as much as possible. Let's make sure that we get another shipyard here. We do have another shipyard here. Right, let's move on to Alicia. Are we under...
Reinforcements have arrived.
That station's going to take a pasting. Look at all these. Oop, bit of lag. The USS Edinburgh, Defiance, New Orleans classes, Akira's. I don't know how they're still managing to build Akira's. Maybe they're not, and they're just there.
May all our missions be filled with glorious battles.
I'm sure they will be, Kern. Interestingly, those voice lines aren't Kern. Now, I think somewhere fairly locally, there we are, we did have the capacity to... Oh, look, the enemy have lost Gawain. And there's actually a little Federation rebellion going on there. What we'll do is we'll create a colony vessel.
Station construction complete.
A colony vessel. We'll
We do not have enough resources.
build a Quebec or two.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Just one, in fact. And we'll try and colonise this system as and when we are able to. We're not under any direct threat anywhere. That's a big fleet.
Station construction complete.
Well, Task Force 7, you still have teeth.
Let us make war.
Right, there's nothing remaining in this system. Let's take out the planet quickly and move on. Lovely jubbly. And, ooh. Coaster stuck to my cup of coffee there. The Caral class leading the charge. Bypassing our Taigo core, which have been instrumental in our re-education of the Federation.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Maybe it's time for a little...
I am ready.
Ah!
Station construction complete. The enemy fleet has arrived.
I'm never, ever going to get bored of the battle chant. I adore the battle chant so much, it's just too good.
Planetary research is complete.
What is it now?
There's Maravenous up at level 8. Let us take this world as our own.
Reinforcements have arrived. I am ready.
And then we will move on to the next system. Have Task Force 33 fallen yet? No, they still believe that they're in with some kind of a chance.
Our battle station was lost.
Ooh, our battle station was lost somewhere. I'm not sure where though, interestingly. Well, this one's nearly dead.
Just show me where.
Where are we under attack?
Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, it was at their homeworld. Oh, fascinating.
We
Well,
seek honor.
let's go and do what must be done at their homeworld.
I do not understand. I do not understand.
This inexorable sounding march now, haven't we, from the Klingons, with the music.
Just show me where.
Okay, so let's see what's happening at their homeworld. Oh no, we haven't lost it at their homeworld. God knows where it is. Tycho Core is here, Tycho Core is here. This one's nearly lost. Oh, perhaps it was at the wormhole.
Planetary research is complete.
Surviving here.
Set course 16.
Fascinating.
Just show me.
Well, I just want you to go straight for their homeworld. No messing about.
Have arrived.
Agrak indeed.
Reinforcements have arrived. Just show me where. Let us make war.
We have a colony frigate here.
It took us.
Let's go and take that world.
I am ready.
They do have a regular outpost there, which concerns me mildly. I'll have to go and deal with that with a fleet. I can't just simply do that by itself. Oh, it happened over here. Interestingly,
Just show me where.
have we been betrayed by Task Force 7? No, we haven't. So they must have brought a fleet in and destroyed it while I was looking the other way.
Just show me where.
But
I am ready.
that's not going to be enough to save them, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, no.
Station construction complete. Reinforcements have arrived.
Look at the fleet.
Planetary research is complete.
Just unstoppable Klingon goodness. Kvex, Deathrights, even the odd
Reinforcements have
Katinga.
arrived. Our planet is under
Still got plenty of Barrels, Kovorts, Shujbears. It's remarkable. What a wonderful fleet it is. Kern, Martok, Gowron, they're all here. Only one of our planets is under attack.
Just show me
I wonder
where.
where that is. Can't see anything that's under
Just
attack.
show me where.
See if the colony vessel makes it. Yeah, I think it might actually.
Station construction complete.
Looks like this small Mackie fleet isn't going to make it long. In the long run, it's going to get absolutely belted. No problems there. And Task Force 33's homeworld is being bombed into dust. Oh, and I'm stealing some of their income. How nice. It's always good to take a cut off the top. We've acquired Weyoun. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Station construction complete. I do not understand.
Upgrade what we can while we're here. And I suppose we will build a couple of bits and bobs over at this end and make sure that we extend that trade network as much as possible. What's happened here? Destroyed the enemy colony. Hostile forces are approaching Neo Costara. It seems only to be a single centaur class though, so possibly not something to worry about massively. Our planets are always under attack. We're the Klingons.
Just show me where. Just show me where. Our battle station was lost.
Oh, there goes another one of our Tygo cores. That's okay though, we can rebuild.
Just show me where.
Does it make sense that we get another shipyard here? It's always good to have a depth of building possibilities. Without that level of depth, you do run the risk that if your enemies are rolling over you, then you will lose your primary production facilities, and that'll be it for you. You're just absolutely stuffed then, aren't you? Let's grab a military lab here. Do we go to Concordia or
Station construction?
Aeschylus first? We'll go to Concordia. No, we'll go to Aeschylus, because that means we can come down to Concordia and then go upwards towards Okuda. This Tygo core looks to be in a little bit of trouble, but not so much that I need to concern myself. This one, oh my, look at her health. She's struggling. She's struggling.
Just show me where. Honor will find us this day.
Honor will find us.
Bring us to bear.
Haven't lost much in the way of ships. Weyoun is ours. We are starting to build what we need. Lovely. Good tech.
Planetary research is complete.
But where is Task Force 33's fleet? Look at Task Force 7's fleet over here. Oh. Couple of Galaxy classes. We've got a Phoenix, oh no, Nebula class. 3 Galaxy classes. Fascinating. That seems surplus to requirements. You should have something else there. Task Force 33. But I shan't complain because you are one of the races that I will have to kill, ultimately. Here we are. Let's finish them.
Station construction complete.
How have you not surrendered?
Planetary research is
Alright, we're still second for dilithium, but we're first for everything else now. Still second for capital ships. I can't surmount that, I don't think. You can see that I can't get any more capital ships, and I think all of our races, when playing as AI, they gain additional benefits that you don't get as a human player. It makes the experience a little bit more of a challenging one. I think they gain access to an additional 3 capital ships, if I'm right. And I think it's either the Klingons or Task Force 33 that have those additional capital ships above what I've got right now.
Planetary research is complete.
And there we have it.
Will be paved with their ashes. Just show me where. Just show me where. What is it now? Go there.
Let's take this planet for our own. Move on to Concordia. Now, I'm going to continue with this episode. It's been about 20 minutes already, but I'm going to continue with this episode until Task Force 30. Yes, Task Force 33 are done with. And then we will decide what to do in the next episode. I'd value your input on that as an audience. You've been giving me great advice so far. So, do you think I should just continue and start attacking Task Force 7 over here? Or do you think I should betray my Klingon friends first? Let me know what you think.
Ready to fight. Increase power to engines.
I suspect
Reinforcements have arrived.
that the Klingons are going to be the harder enemy,
I do not understand. I do not understand.
because I tend to find them slightly harder to fight against.
Let us get to work.
There we go.
Klingons. Station construction complete.
You still have a starbase there. That's something I'm trying to keep an eye on as much as possible. Because I would like to maintain my starbases insofar as I'm able at each of these gravity wells. I haven't got a starbase in every gravity well belonging to Task Force 7, so that's something that I'm probably going to have to do. I'll likely do it between episodes, and I might start doing that with our Klingon brethren as well. However, there is a temptation there that I'd just like a straight fight, I think. So I'm using my dirty, horrible betrayal tactics on Task Force 33. Sorry, Task Force 7. I've already put that into place, but I don't think I want to do that with the Klingons. I think I would like a straight fight, and we will see who comes out the victor. The only time that I might change my mind on that is if they've got a lot of high-level space stations, or battle stations, I should say, within their territory. I might well build a few of the Stalker classes, because they're very, very good at taking out star bases. And that's a bit of a cheeky boy tactic, in my opinion.
I am ready.
Bomb them, Martok. Bomb them into the Stone Age. Boom. That colony is already lost.
What is it now?
Ravenous, you know your role.
Enemy ships are on their way. Be ready.
Enemy ships are approaching Chiavenna.
Primary research is complete. Just show me where.
A single centaur again. Yes, it's very much over for these guys. Okay, let's grab another propaganda station here.
I do not understand. I do not understand.
And as always, we will grab a trade station. Given that the enemy don't have any... There we are. Given that enemies don't... Given that we don't have any asteroids here, I'm not going to bother putting a refinery in. Let's push onwards. I must destroy Task Force 33. They are still clinging on to the vestiges of their lives.
Station construction complete.
But they won't be for long. Let's see what's happening here. That regular outpost is just causing us irritation. It's not causing us difficulty, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it is causing us irkfulness. Yeah, that's a word.
Reinforcements have arrived. Agrak. Destroy them.
Oh, I was talking
Station
with somebody about this, the Challenger class, in the last episode. This is not an envoy. The AI Federation have the capacity to build some cheap and cheerful fighting vessels, and the Challenger class is one of them. It looks a lot like the Surat class envoy, but it isn't. It is a... Well, as you can see, it's a combat vessel. Now, it's not hugely effective. It's not a great vessel, but... it is there to supplement the Federation when they're having a tough time, if they're an AI. It's part of the task force. It's part of the mothballed fleet, if you will. I think the music has begun to understand that Task Force 33 are doomed. Oh, the glorious explosions. take Cersei out. Oh, look, we're getting some levels here. Let's take Grievous Insult. That will taunt the enemy. Let's also take... Ooh, how can we improve? A better Iron Cannon. Iron Cannons are just magnificent. It's hard to say no, isn't it? Oh, for a moment I thought that was a regular. No, it's a refinery. Well, that Centaur... It's probably going to do a number on our fighters. But we've got so many fighters. Yeah, you can't survive that, my friend. I know you're an anti-fighter ship, but you were just being silly. Yes. Do you think we are the undisputed masters of this area of space now? Just look. Just look. We've got more than half the map now. Definitely having a good time. Definitely having a good time. And the screams of our enemies. Music to our ears. The remainder of our fleet is continuing onwards. Task Force 7 is watching this and thinking, why? Why would you do this? You'll see soon enough, Task Force 7. Soon enough.
Station construction complete. I am ready. Just show me where. Reinforcements have arrived.
Nearly there. I think maybe after we've taken this world, they will capitulate. We will see. No. Remarkable.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. I am ready. I am ready.
A lot of level 8 ships now. Martok at level 9.
Another planet is ours. Reinforcements have arrived. I do not understand. Just show me where. Agrak, ready to fight.
Oh, look, the enemy fleet! They're preparing their final stand at Akuda.
Ready to build.
Good, good. What? Let's fight them. Let's make the end of this episode go out with a bang. Let them fight. All of these stations, of course, our... There you go, you can see our ships are taking these stations apart slowly. It'll take time. I wonder if I'll be able to save this Taigo core. Possibly. Yeah, their fleet isn't very powerful. Do they even have a capital ship?
We are Klingons.
I don't think they do. Oh, Task Force 33. Our failures in the eyes of man and gods.
Reinforcements have arrived.
But a fight is a fight nonetheless.
Let us make war.
And a Klingon will not shy away from it.
Have arrived. Planetary research is complete.
Mind you, our station's doing enough all by itself. It's just blowing all and sundry up. Look at those explosions. It's got its ion storm up. Why run? This is all you have in the world. No, it doesn't say it's your capital though, does it? Where else might you have worlds? If that's not your capital, what is? Do you have worlds up here? Oh. Or is it Melchior? Could be Melchior.
For the Empire, avenge our honor.
They may have retaken Melchior. However, it would be fairly surprising if they've been able to, because they don't have any... And they don't seem to have any culture there.
Reinforcements have arrived.
And still they have not fallen. Well, this is definitely going to be a longer episode than expected.
Woman. Planetary research is complete. I am ready. Another planet is ours. I do not understand. I do not understand. Agrak.
Pushing.
We seek honor for the Empire.
Please tell me Melchior is the last of their planets. If they've got some planets up here in what was, or what should be the Klingon territory, I'll be absolutely infuriated.
I am ready. Reinforcements have arrived.
I can't see any of their culture.
Have arrived.
That's what makes me suspect it's Melchior. Oh, we've got an ambassador class that's come from Melchior as well. So it stands to reason that that might be it. Let's speed up the game.
Bring us to bed. Planetary research is complete. Reinforcements have arrived. Ready to build. Just show me where.
I'm going to wait until they're on their way.
It's complete. I am ready. Reinforcements have arrived.
There we go. Fleet's on their way, let's follow them in. Hopefully, to the end of Task Force 33. Oh, beautiful Katinga. I love this Katinga model, it's so good. I think Max made this one. Hello, boys! Oh, the ambassador died so quickly.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Finish them. Oh, there goes a galaxy. Our Dreadnought is now level 7?
We seek honor.
Oh my. How are you not dead? What could possibly be holding you?
It is ours.
There can't be anything. There just can't be. Where are you?
Reinforcements have arrived. Station construction complete. Let us get to work.
What do you think, folks? Where are they hiding?
Construction complete.
How are Task Force 33 surviving as a viable race? Where could they be? You're going to have to find that out in future episodes. Don't forget to cast your vote. There is a link to the survey in the description below. And hopefully I left that card up at the top during the start of the video earlier on. Let's just pause so we don't get any more Klingons talking at us. And remember, if you are a patron, you are able to cast a second vote. I think that's going to be it for me for this episode. I look forward to reading through your commentary. If you've enjoyed what you've seen today, please do hit the like button and comment, because I always try and answer. If you don't like what you've seen today, hit the dislike button. For now, this is the Gull out.